Hey guys, this is Katrina Lee with IdeateTV, and I'm with Sebastian, who is the president and writer for Stranger Comics. Hey buddy.
Hey, how are you guys doing out there?
We're great. So tell me about how all of this started, being a president and a writer and doing like all this content here.
Well, I started a long time ago, many years ago, and I wanted to create a very kind of culturally inclusive fantasy world when I was a young teenage boy, mixed boy, growing up in England. And I wanted to kind of...
I love the accent, by the way.
Well, thank you. So basically I created this character, Niobe, to reflect my own inhibitions and my vulnerabilities and my wrath and my ambitions and build the world around her. And as I grew, she kind of grew with me. And then I started creating the company to create the comic books where I could put her stories in. And the first one is a story called The Untamed, A Sinner's Prayer, with art by Daryl May and Peter Bergting, who Peter Bergting does covers for Lord of the Rings out in Sweden. And then we gained like notoriety with Niobe's own storyline when I worked with Amanda Stenberg, who played Rue in the Hunger Games and in the star of the new movie The Hate U Give. And that became the first ever nationally distributed comic book with a black female author, artist, and hero in the history of entertainment. And that's kind of where we're at now. And then recently we just closed a deal with HBO for the entire world.
Awesome. And how has this journey been? You know, especially me being a female artist in the industry, being of a diverse background. I love this, and I love how you support this as a male-dominated industry. How has this been?
It's been a beautiful thing. I mean, it's very humbling to see the reaction from all the ladies from very young to our elders that come to our booth and scream and cry and freak out and celebrate Niobe and Niobe's journey, and and can see themselves reflected in her own story. You know, and my goal is really that if you love Niobe, you can kind of see the lens of the world through her eyes. So that's why I want to take the reader, plant themselves within her own journey, and then journey with her into my big world.
Yeah, tell me more about Niobe. She seems like a very, complex, very strong character, obviously, and very empowering woman.
Yes, yeah. Thank you. So Niobe's mixed. She's half black, half white, but she's also half elven, half human, half angel, half demon, to kind of reflect the duality within all of us that we all share. Yeah. And as she grows up in her story, I mean, She Is Life, the first story arc, is kind of a coming-of-age tale, but in the new one, She Is Death, is when Niobe becomes a badass bounty hunter, hunting down sex traffickers and slave traders to reflect our own girls that get abducted. So she goes on kind of this epic kind of coming-of-age to Joan of Arc to Cleopatra storyline. So it's it's a long journey for her, and I'm excited for folks to take that ride with her.
That's really, really cool and inspiring.
Thank you.
Well, anything else coming up in the pipeline that we should know about that you want to be able to talk about?
Sure. Well, our new comic book is a comic called Accessor. It's actually Niobe's nemesis, and she's a Vorticassian vampire, and we get to experience Accessor's own journey, and we go back 2,000 years before Niobe was even born. And there's a lot of reveals in there and lots of new stuff. So if you guys like essentially like a shared Marvel or DC universe of fantasy for a global audience, check out the world of Asunder, check out Stranger Comics. We made a deal with Paizo to turn everything into a playable kind of Pathfinder game as well.
Wow, that's amazing. So I'm also curious to see how that transition was for you from London here to LA.
It's a long time ago. This was 27 years ago or something.
Okay. Could not tell.
Oh, you're very sweet. So no, it was a great experience. I mean, I came out here looking for adventure, and I found it a little lonely to start off with, but LA's a very kind of spread out town. But it went very good, and I ran a record label for a decade, and now I'm doing Stranger Comics, so I can't complain.
No, you're doing great. There's so much out here. I'm so curious to learn more about and watch this.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Sebastian.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Peace out. All right,
Cheers.
This is Katrina with IdeateTV. Thanks, guys.